We have this idea that intelligence is something you're born with. You either got it or you don't. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the real secret to being sharper isn't about how many facts you can memorize, but about how you actually think? That's what we're diving into today, the 5 core habits that really set highly logical people apart. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, right? The real power, the actual advantage, isn't having a brain that's just stuffed with information. It's all about the process. It's a total mindset shift from focusing on what you know to really digging into how you know it in the first place.
So that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If being logical is a skill, not some superpower you're born with, then how do you get it? How do you actually upgrade your own thinking? Well, that's exactly what we're about to break down.
Okay, so before we jump into the really specific habits, we need to lay some groundwork. Think of these first 2 concepts as the essential operating system for your brain. They're the foundation that everything else is built on. Let's start with the first one, which is all about looking inward. First up is a big one, metacognition. Sounds complicated, but it's really just thinking about your own thinking. It's about being the observer of your own mind. So instead of just getting swept away by a thought, you kind of take a step back and ask yourself, hey, why do I actually believe that? Is that assumption even solid? It's like you become the coach and your mind is the team. And the second part of our toolkit is cognitive flexibility. This is basically your brain's ability to be agile, to not get stuck in a rut. It's that skill of being able to pivot your thinking when new information shows up. So if metacognition is about seeing your mental machinery, cognitive flexibility is the power to actually go in and tweak the gears. Okay, with that foundation set, we're ready for our third habit. And honestly, this one is a total game changer. It's learning to think in probabilities. What does that mean? It means you stop seeing the world in black and white, in rigid absolutes, and you start seeing all the beautiful, messy shades of gray in between. And you can see the difference so clearly right here. Look at that absolute thinking column. It's all, this will fail. I'm 100% certain. See how rigid that is? There's no wiggle room. Now, look at the other side. That's where the magic happens. Instead of impossible, it's highly unlikely. Instead of 100% certain, it's I'm 85% confident. That little shift, that act of acknowledging uncertainty is huge. It's way more accurate, and frankly, it leads to much, much better decisions because it actually reflects how the real world works. So this next one, our 4th habit, flows perfectly from that last point. It's this: you have to be willing to update your beliefs. I mean, if you're thinking in probabilities, you can't just set them in stone, right? You've got to be ready to adjust those numbers when new evidence comes along. And let's be clear, this isn't a sign of weakness. It's the ultimate sign of intellectual strength. It's like running a software update for your brain. And here's the key thing. Updating your beliefs isn't just about changing your mind on a whim. It's a real, structured process. First, you have to actually acknowledge what you believe right now. Then, and this is the hard part, you have to go looking for new, credible information, especially the stuff that might prove you wrong. After that, you evaluate it all as fairly as you can, and only then do you adjust your original belief. That systematic approach, that's the secret sauce. It's what separates genuine clear thinking from just stubbornly holding on to old ideas. Which brings us to the 5th and final habit. And this is what really seals the deal on your mental upgrade. It's the idea of actively seeking to disprove yourself. Think about that. Highly logical people don't just sit around waiting for new facts to fall into their lap. No, they go on the hunt for evidence that specifically challenges what they already think. It's like the ultimate stress test for your own ideas, and it's probably the fastest path to getting closer to the truth. So let's put it all together. The 5 habits are: 1. Metacognition, thinking about your thinking. 2. Cognitive flexibility, being mentally agile. 3. Thinking in probabilities instead of absolutes. 4. Being willing to update your beliefs. And 5. Actively seeking to disprove yourself. But look, if you only take one single thing away from all of this, let it be this simple idea. Better thinking is not some gift you're born with. It is a habit. It's something you can practice, something you can build, one thought at a time. And you can start right now. So I'll leave you with a final question to chew on. Now that you have these 5 habits in your toolkit, take a second and really think about it. What's one belief you're holding on to right now that you're ready to put to the test?